And then the final pillar we have is breath. Breath is so important, okay? Because a lot of us learned about sex through porn. And how do women in porn breathe? No. This is not how we breathe. This is not how we increase pleasure and have a good time. No. What happens is when you breathe really fast, like that, hyperventilation, which is what that kind of breathing is called, signals to your body that you are in distress, that you are unsafe, that you are now needing to run away from a lion or are in danger, and that's why your breath is like that. So this is exactly what we do not want to do. We do not want to breathe like that, okay? We want to breathe deep inhales and deep exhales. Long and slow and regulated and rhythmic and intentional and purposeful. Calming breaths. Breaths that tell the nervous system, I am safe. You can relax. You can soften. You can just open and unfurl and express and undulate and be your true self. The heart womb breath, that meditation that is in module 1, this breath tool is so powerful, and I invite you to actually work with the heart womb breath in a sexual experience, whether it's on your own or with a partner. First activating into your heart, stimulating the heart, asking the heart to open, and then breathing into the womb, into the lower belly, this diaphragmatic breathing. This is really powerful when we are having sex, to just in sex place my hands on my womb and make sure I am just being intentional with how I breathe, placing my hands there, connecting to my womb, consciously activating her energy, her life force, being present with the breath, and I'm just choosing to relax. And maybe you want to give the exhale a sound that also helps, combination with the sounding, it helps to relax you even more, stimulating your nervous system and your vagus nerve even more. So in through the nose and out the mouth is really powerful. In through the nose and out the mouth. See how I'm relaxing my jaw. I'm opening the mouth. I'm expressing, allowing it to come out. And so the more safe that you allow yourself to feel, the more, self-love and self-trust that you develop for yourself, the more you can carry that safety and that trust and that love into a solo or partnered sexual experience. And through that trust and that safety, you can just allow yourself and give yourself the permission to relax even deeper, to let go even more, to open up even more and surrender to the sexual experience, to the sensations of whatever they are, whether it's pain, whether it's numbness, whether it's pleasure. But I'm telling you, the more you acknowledge what it is that you're feeling and just breathe through it and be like, okay, if I'm feeling pain right now, let me just acknowledge the pain, and I just breathe through it, breathe through, and then it's gonna release. And on the other side of that release is the pleasure, okay, is the expansion, is the let go, is the surrender. And that is so beautiful when we can just allow ourselves to experience whatever it is that we are experiencing and just be present with it and breathe through it, not making ourselves right or wrong, just allowing whatever is there to come through and be present and allowing it, seeing it, witnessing it, breathing through it, welcoming it, loving it, and allowing it to move. Okay, the more we acknowledge and accept what we're going through, the faster it can move. Energy wants to flow. The only thing that blocks the flow of energy is your mind and your attachment to your experience, or your attachment to how it should be in comparison to what you're actually experiencing in reality. And so the only way to get to where you want to be is by accepting and loving and witnessing exactly what is present and what is showing up and what is moving and what wants to be expressed. You know, if there's pain coming up, then maybe it's for a reason, because the pain wants to be released. If there's anger, frustration, sadness, whatever it is, it's only coming up because it wants to be released, and it can only be released through your conscious connection to it and your willingness to accept it as it is. And the minute you accept it as it is, that's when it starts to transform. That's when it starts to alchemize. That's when it starts to change, and you are already on your way to that next step, to that next sensation, to that next experience of pleasure, because pleasure is always on the other side of pain. And your capacity to feel pain and be with the pain and sit with the pain and not push it away, your capacity to feel the depths of pain is also going to determine your capacity to feel the depths of pleasure. Okay, so the more space in your body and in your experience that you make for pain and discomfort, the more you open up yourself to feel the depths and power of the pleasure. Okay, pain and pleasure are two sides of the same coin, and they go hand in hand. And so the deeper you allow yourself to feel one, the deeper you allow yourself to feel other, and vice versa. Okay, so we're all about witnessing our pain, loving our pain, accepting our pain, being with our pain, not running away from it, no matter how hard it is. And the more you train yourself to be able to sit with discomfort, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, sexual, whatever it is, the more you allow yourself to sit in the discomfort, the more resilience you create for life in general, and the more energy you are able to channel through your system, the more intensity of energy, the heightened levels of energy, the heightened states of consciousness. And that's where it gets really exciting, and that's where pleasure becomes very psychedelic and very shamanistic, because pleasure can allow us to reach heightened states of consciousness. Orgasms can help us reach heightened states of consciousness. And so this is where things become very, very exciting, and we get to be able to play with energy. Incorporate heart womb breath into your next sexual experience, whether it's solo self-pleasure or with a partner, and let me know how that goes. Share it with us in the group, journal about it, and see how does me doing this deep heart womb diaphragmatic breathing during my sexual experience, how does it enhance my pleasure? How does it create more sensitivity within my womb, within my pelvis, and within my pussy? Ultimately, because we're bringing more oxygen, more blood, and wherever attention goes, energy flows, and vice versa. And so when you bring attention to your womb, to your pelvis, to your hips, and to your pussy during a sexual experience, this is when we can have more expanded states of pleasure. We can also use our breath to draw the pleasure up. Okay, so once you've played with those 3 techniques, then try playing with breath in a different way. We can increase the pleasure by now drawing the pleasure up from our genitals, up from our hips, up from our womb through our breath. So drawing the energy and the breath up the spine, and then releasing it and really breathing that energy into our heart. In the heart womb breath, I teach you how to cycle energy between your womb and between your heart. And so in a sexual experience, you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to breathe that energy from your womb, from your pussy, into your heart, and then you're going to expand it and breathe it out your heart. It's all about setting the intention and being willing to feel. And that's when I like to open my chest so I can really feel that breath escaping from my chest, from my heart, breathing out, out the heart. And then we can bring that breath up even more to the top of our head. And a little bit more. And then release it out our crown. This is how we gift our sexual energy to the cosmos above us, okay? Because we can release sexual energy in different ways. We can breathe it in and then breathe it out again. Breathe it down. We can breathe it up and breathe it out our heart. Or we can breathe it up to the top and breathe it out our crown. And so this is something that you're just going to have to practice and play with and get curious about. And remember, it's all about intention. Intention is the most powerful force in the universe. And also working with visualization, if that helps you as well. I work more on a feeling basis. I like working with, okay, I'm feeling like I'm breathing out my heart. That's why I like to open my chest. But if it helps you to visualize you breathing out your heart, then work with that. If it helps you to visualize breathing out your crown, then work with that. Whatever works for you, and just play with breathing in and out your pussy, breathing in and out your womb, breathing in and out your heart, breathing up and down. Play with how you send your breath. Play with breath holds, play with holding your breath on the inhale, play with holding your breath on the exhale, and play with these different things called breath retention. So you hold breath retention on the exhale, breath retention on the inhale. Sometimes I find when I'm self-pleasuring, I like to hold my breath on the inhale and it kind of swells my pussy, it swells my pelvis, it expands your stomach as your stomach gets bigger. And if you play with holding your breath on the inhale while you're self-pleasuring, you can literally feel with your fingers or with your toy that the spongy tissue of your vagina actually comes down lower, and you can kind of stimulate it easier. And pleasuring yourself while holding your breath can also be really, really, really pleasurable and feel really good, because the spongy tissue, it comes down now, it's more sensitive, it's more expanded, it has more breath, more spaciousness, more oxygen. So that's just something for you to play with and experiment with. I hope this video made sense to you. I hope I explained this well enough, and yeah, let me know how it goes. See you in the next one.